Hey there, it's Jody. I've already shared a short video about how I declutter and sort my seeds, but let's talk about a little bit more in depth on how it actually happens. Let's talk seeds. The first area I'd like to sort is all the cold hardy items. Go ahead and get my camera set up. No! There's seeds! Okay, I've got this tray here. I'm just going to put these tree type of things aside because I think they should be in a separate container. So I'm just going to take this little plastic, set it aside because it's not really cold hardy more than it's just something that I put in there. Okay, we got the lettuces. Lettuce is down here. I got leafy greens. The peas in itself is going to be crazy, so I'm going to take the peas and put it in a spot that has a lot of space. Radish, kale. So we're going to put this with brassica. Well, I'm going to put it with leafy greens because kale's leafy green. Bok choy. That's a leafy green. Brassica. Broccoli. Leafy green, chard. Tatsoi is a leafy green. Broccoli. Spinach, leafy green. Cabbage is going to be a leafy green. Cabbage. Ooh, I haven't been successful with these yet. And this is Brussels sprouts, but it's an empty seed. Oh no, there's like 2 seeds in there. It's a brassica, but it's more of like a, oh no, it's a leafy green, huh? It's a leafy green. We're going to put it on leafy green. This is some more peas. Leafy green, kale. Cabbage, leafy green. Beets. So this is my roots area. I got some radishes here, so we'll put the beets here. Got a lot of beets. When it comes to these little samplers, I got a couple of them here. I try to use them up as soon as possible. And the reason being, if I want to buy the variety again, I want to see the success right away. So I always try to do that. Carrots. Ooh, I love these ox hearts. Now we're getting our lettuce zone. I love the red lettuce. This particular variety is beautiful. This is lettuce. So I want to plant this as soon as possible because it really doesn't fit with my stuff. So I'm going to actually set it aside. That's as soon as possible. Rutabaga. I'm going to put this as roots, but a separate roots from the carrots and stuff like that. So kohlrabi, the same. I'm going to put rhubarb under the leafy. This is artichoke, and that's separate from most of these. Roselle's kind of like a leafy. I'm going to put it with the leafy greens. Alright, so I'm just about done here. We've got the cauliflower. Got some more lettuce. Feeling really good about this. But I'm not digging the idea of all these seeds. I know that doesn't seem pretty accurate, but I'm feeling really low on the amount of carrots I have right now. What that means is what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to put on my little tablet, I have here seeds. going to put, I need some carrots. I'm feeling low, mainly on orange. So we're going to put orange carrots. And we're going to place it in a pouch. I like these size pouches. I usually take them out in the garden. We're going to put it in here. And for good housekeeping, I'm going to put a label on here. There we go. Next up is radish. At the moment, I have some that I want to use right away because they're older. I think I got this in 2017. So what I want to do is kind of skim through here and think about what do I want to plant basically right away. Just like you saw with those other lettuces that I had earlier. I want to just plant them right now since it's cold hardy right now. Perfect time to experiment, see how things do outside. So this will be one of my experiments because it's older. Yeah, this is the same exact variety of this other seed packet. So I know I have tons, but I want to use these right away. So declutter happens. Sure, I could give these away to some friends, but I've actually already given away some seeds to friends. And this makes it where I don't have to label the bag because radish is right there. And then we got two more roots. We've got the bizarre roots like rutabaga, kohlrabi, turnips. I've got this older kohlrabi that I think I've had since 2014, or does it say 2017? So since this is an older one, once again, I'm going to put it in this container over here to do planting as soon as possible to declutter some of these. I've got some newer kohlrabis and things like that. So we're just going to throw these into another sleeve. These are the non-popular roots. Done. Last set for roots is beets. So I'm going through them right now, looking for the oldest of my seeds and the samplers. These are the ones that are going to extend longer because they're newer, right? They are going to sustain themselves a little bit longer than the older seeds. So I'm going to put them in here because they're only a year old. I think some of these maybe even less. This is 2017, so I'm going to plant these soon. And try to, if you can, put when you get them. I know the dates based on the packets, oddly. the way the packets look, isn't that bizarre? Okay, this is only 2 years old, so I'm going to put that in there. And then my samplers. So once again, I'm going to try to use these samplers so I know as soon as possible if I want to buy more. And so we're going to put all 4 of these, the samplers and the older ones, with the seeds that I'm decluttering. Whether you're decluttering, you can put them in the garden or you can give them to friends. All right, so we are done. We are officially complete with all the roots. We're going to put this guy aside and start with leafy greens. Cold hardy leafy greens. Put this over here. We got the crazies. I'm seeing a lot of seeds fall everywhere though. We're going to put all the brassica leafy greens together, the lettuces together. Lettuce, brassicas. These are the bizarre, just like the other kohlrabis, and then they're the non-commercial, like people like to call it. You don't usually buy them at the grocery store. lettuce kale. Bizarre. We're going to put spinach under bizarre just because it's not brassica leafy and it's not lettuce. All right, we're done. Next up, we're going to pare down old versus new. Kind of get ourselves in a good situation here. Samplers, we're going to definitely use right away. Get a baggie. I actually don't have that many old. Maybe the bok choy is a little old, but it doesn't seem. It's like 4 years old. Or 3 years. So here are my samplers and the old. Here's the end result, my brassica leafy greens. I'll place it inside here. So I've got one of my favorite leaf. Anything that's successful or anything like that, you're going to want to put on your list as soon as possible, because the sooner you can replenish those favorites, the better off, because a lot of people might also have them as favorites and then start hunting as soon before spring hits, because sometimes even January or as early January when it's still snowing, everybody's buying stuff. All right, so we've got, this is my old. This is a sampler. 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 I already know that I like these though, so I don't need to put it with the list. And this is a sampler, but I already know I like it, so I don't need to add it there. Here's my leafy greens lettuce. And here are all the samplers and older lettuces. One thing that I know that I do adore is black-seeded. Black-seeded Simpson is one of my favorites besides Little Gem. So I know for a fact I have to put it on my list because I'm getting kind of low. So once again, get those on there because you're going to be sad later if you can't get it. Black-seeded Simpsons on there now. Chard. This is older, I'm going to get rid of. These all are fairly new, so we'll just put them in a sleeve. These are all the bizarre leafy lettuces like Roselle, Tatsoi. Some of these you don't get at the market. I guess you can get chard at the market. Next up, peas. These are really big, so I don't need to put them in there. This needs its own section since I grow a lot of peas. Let's go through the little ones. This bag is former snap peas I've saved over the years. So we're going to put it with the items we're going to plant right away. But some of those are pretty old. One of my favorite varieties is Wando peas. Perhaps this is a little old. Make sure the front has peas listed. It's kind of tight in there. This is all brassicas. We're just going to call it greens. Anything that falls into this category is pretty much more related to non-leafy greens, so we're just going to call it greens. Oh, and then we got artichokes. We're going to put that in this category. We are going to separate the artichokes from the brassicas. It's not really time to be planting artichokes right now, so I'm going to put it inside the bin. And I've got some older broccoli seeds, some newer, The rest of these are pretty new, so we'll just put these all, except these. We'll put these over here. We are done with cold varieties. Now, as you can see, it's quite a process when you have a lot of seeds, but if you don't have a lot of seeds, it'll be pretty straightforward. Here's before, and here's after for cold hardy. So I like the way it looks. I'm now a little concerned about space. So when I go through the herbs, I will try to do my best to keep it in here. So I'm going to do it in 4 categories. Basil, since I have a lot of different varieties of it. Onion, and I'm going to do herbs that like more water in their soil, and the herbs that don't like to be watered as frequently. Alright, so we know here's some onions. Here's some drier soil lovers. And I've got, actually, this is the drier. What the heck happened to the basil? Okay. Dry loving soils, so they don't need as much watering. And then the ones that like a lot of watering, like chives, dill, mint, lemon balm, catnip. The basils, because they have a lot of those. These are kind of, they're not too old yet. Oh, some of these got mixed up. This is a sampler. They just have issues with more pests. So I'm just going to try to use that up because I don't think I like them as much. I've got some lemon samplers. I already bought some more lemon, so that's okay. These all can go in their own sleeve. Rosemary, lemongrass. I know for sure I need more lemongrass, so we'll put that on my list. I'm going to put it over by my notepad so I remember. Got some thyme and some older sage, so I want to use that up. Thyme, cumin, tarragon. We got all the dry loving seeds here. And then these are all the mints and stuff. I'll be putting them back in here, so I'm going to sort. Chives, chervil, dill, lemon balm, mint. I think I have mint somewhere else. I go through mint pretty fast. Parsley, cilantro, and I did have a cilantro over here that I collected myself in 2020, so I want to use that up. And then this is the cat mints and cat grass. Alright, and we're going to put all the basils in here in one little slot. There's quite a few. We'll put the cumin in its own little sleeve. Thyme. Rosemary. Sage. And tarragon. I'm going to go through the onions real quick. These are all older. This is a sampler. Let me put them over there. Put them all in one little slot. And then I have some lemongrass over here that I need to write up because I need to buy that, and then I'll put it in here. But we are done with the herbs. Now let's do the tender crops. I'm too indecisive right now to do the flowers, so let's start with what's easy, the beans. Alright, I'm going to take this label off because I know these can't fit in here. I think what I'm going to do for this is non-green colored beans versus green beans. Here's the beans that are colored. green colored beans. Actually, these are pretty old. There we go. I do know that I need pinto beans. We'll add those real quick. Just like the last one, I don't like how full this is, so I'm going to separate it between summer and winter. I got my sleeves. Take off this label because I know it won't all fit in here. As I'm going through here, I'm looking for items that I know haven't been successful. This has never been successful. I almost thought it worked. I'm actually going to put this in a different area because I want to troubleshoot. So I'm going to put it in a different pile. So as I'm going through these, it's a little different because a lot of these squashes, unless it's been summer squash, they just have more issues for me. So I'm going to be monitoring based on whenever I have planted them and setting them aside if they've been successful or not. That might help me out. Any of the ones I save, I want to get them going, seeing how they do. So interesting enough, it shows me that I'm out of Desi squash, so I need to order some Desi squash. I honestly really don't like a lot of squashes that are summer, unless it's zucchini and yellow and Desi. Desi is my favorite. Next up is the different varieties of winter squash and pumpkins. I would like to put a note to get some more hardy pumpkins because a couple of these pumpkin seeds have not been working. So I'm going to put pumpkin seeds for zone 9. Squash is done. I want to finish the beans, put them up real quick so I have more space. Here's the squash and here's the beans. Let's see if the beans actually fit in here. It'll have to do. It's not too bad. Perfect. Let's put them up. Oh, my label's all messed up. Oh, it's styling, huh? Let's put it down here. Awesome. Next up is peppers and tomatoes. Sort them. I can see this is actually ground cherry. We're going to put this away from here. I'm going to skim through here real quick and see what I really want to declutter. Based on the old ones, we're going to declutter those. Ooh, I need some more sugar. I think that's why this is in here, by the way, is to remind myself I need to buy some. Ooh, we need some more habanada. Same thing. Oh, there's a couple. There's a couple in here, though. I'm going to put it over there just so I remember. Here's the ones that I'm going to be putting basically the first wave of seeds. I have no particular order. I just do like to see them. So any of the ones that are a little bit similar, I'll put together. Any of the shishito peppers, some of the red ones here. So I need to remember habanada and sugar rush. I'm running out of space here, huh? Habanada and sugar rush. I'm going to go to page 2 on here. There you go. So we're good on that one. Looks like one of these pulled out. Okay. I got this. Now I can throw that away. Next up, I'm going to put yellows and the reds together. Then I'm going to do the cherries from the reds, if that makes sense. Oh, this is a pepper. I'll put this over here. Putting the yellows and the oranges together and the greens. Just trying to keep the reds away from the rest of them temporarily. Okay, here's all these are the old ones we're going to put over here. Let me get these. What we'll do is we'll put these like that inside the book. Let's go over here. I'm looking real quick which is paste, which is not paste. I think that might be a good one. And then we're going to separate them by cherry versus not cherries. This goes here. Oh, and these need to be planted soon because they're older. This one is a cherry. These are older. I'm going to plant them sooner. This is paste, paste. And the Chadwick cherry. We'll go ahead and put this one pepper, these red peppers with the other reds. Put a little space in case I buy some other peppers. And we'll do some green tomatoes. We'll do some yellow tomatoes. I actually want to buy some more yellow tomatoes because I'm kind of slim on variety. So I'll put that on my list. Here's the paste tomatoes. Here's the slicers, as they call it, the red slicers. And lastly, I'm going to take this out. It's old. And then lastly is the cherry. There we go. Voila. Looks great. Uh-oh. What's this? What's this? That's fine. Look good. Sticking out. I can't do it. I can't do it. You can't do that to me. There you go. And you broke too? This is so old. I'll rip this out. Much better, huh? Okay, we were going to write real quick. I need some yellow and orange tomatoes. Sloppy writing, but there you go. Pretty adamant about getting rid of this old coupon container. It's just not that it's just not working, it's just it's been a long time. I think I've had this probably 15-20 years. We're going to get rid of it today. It's got like holes in it. I'm sure I could probably repurpose it, but I just don't want to. Samplers. Remember what we do with samplers. Plant them right away and see if they work. I've got some coffee here, melons, cherries, cucumbers. Okay, I'm gonna try to hurry. My battery's dying. So I got corn, coffee, okra. If you hear noise in the background, my little kitty Nova's playing with the labels. A lot of melons. From looking at this right now, I think I need a lot of cucumbers. Okra and berries and corn. I'm going to put all of the cucumbers inside this container, except the ones that I want to use up right away. Okay. Get a label going for this cucumber bin. Melons in here. Skimming through, making sure I don't need to use some items right away. I think I need to use these right away. There we go. Melons. So for the rest, we're going to put corn together. We're going to put the berries, any of the fruits like ground cherries, we'll put together. And then we'll put the corn together. Well, I thought I had 2 types of corn. Where's the other corn? Oh, here it is. So I'll put the coffee with the corn. Why not? All right, so I need 3 little bags. This says melon, so we're going to put with the melons. Cucumber and melon. Now let's do the flowers. I got too many. I'm gonna move the tomatoes over to the black ones, so then I know going forward, black is tomatoes, green is herbs, and red, the 3 red albums will be flowers. I moved my tomatoes into the black album, and now I've got 3 flower albums. First, I'm gonna sort it by 4 different categories, mostly cold hardy and tender, and then I'll make another section for tall flowers and filler flowers. And I'll give you some examples of what I mean by filler. Oddly enough, there are so many cold hardy plants here. I've got nasturtiums, I got coneflowers, turtlehead is supposed to be cold hardy, calendula, snapdragons. I mean, you can't really plant them in the mid of winter, but you could put them out just a bit earlier. So I think that's a really good thing to separate them out. So they'll get their own book, and then I'll take the tender flowers and put them with the lower, the filler flowers. So I'll do that now. The fillers that I have is petunias, creeping thyme, alyssum, viola, Johnny jump ups, and more alyssum. And then I've got zinnias and marigolds. So I'll put those in here now. We're gonna put the fillers in first to separate them from the others. Creeping thyme. I don't know, I think the bachelor buttons that I've grown aren't that tall, so that's why I'm just gonna put them in this book. I'll fold this just a tad, make it where I can see it. Oh, bend it. There we go. Oh, need my marigolds. Get some marigolds back here. This will be good too, because I'll know to flip all the way to the back from my guardian plant. My favorite guardian plant that does so much help in the garden. There we go. Not too bad. No, and I need to get my label out for this. Next up are the tall plants. And so for the tall plants, I put cosmos, chamomile. I know that it's technically an herb. Let's go like that. Cosmos, cosmos, cosmos. This one's old, so I'm going to put it in the plant soon. These are actually kind of old. I'm going to put this as well to plant soon. It's a lot of seeds though. African daisies. I'm sorry, Luna. You okay? I'm sorry. All the seeds fell on top of her head. So we got buckwheat. I mean, okay, it's not technically labeled a flower, but it works pretty well. And my sunflowers. Old sunflowers. I've had many years. We're going to plant those first. In the first wave of tender crops. These are pretty old as well, but they're the same species as the other one. I'll hold off on these. Valerian, phlox, bee balm, agaste. This should be good enough to start putting it in the envelope. I do know I need some more African daisies, but I think I'm just going to buy them from the nursery this year. Got some borage. We'll put those in one sleeve. These are my sunflowers. Not a flower, but I consider it a pretty flower. Same thing with chicory. We'll put those two together. Borage. This isn't technically a flower, but it looks really pretty with flowers, so we'll put it with the chicory and marshmallow. Same thing with orange. I just categorize them as that because they look beautiful with flowers, and you can use them as filler for flower cuttings. Cosmos. Borage. African daisies. We're going to actually put this as a reminder. I'm going to put it over here for a sec. I'm going to put buckwheat in front. Some more tall ones. I've got agaste along with amaranth. Not technically a flower, but they look beautiful. Valerian, lavender. Oh, I need more lavender. Here's all the bizarre ones. Orach or orac. Marshmallow root, chicory, and these pretty blue grass. I want to invest in more grass this year. Like just pretty grasses for decorating some of the wildlife area. These are bizarre sunflowers, so I'm going to keep them separate. Bergamot, we'll keep these separate as well. I'm going to put the sunflowers in the back because there's so many. Put the dark, the golden ones together, and we'll put the big guy by himself. So let me write this down real quick in my book to remind myself, and then I'll put it in here. And then we're going to do the cold hardy. Shouldn't take me too much longer. For now, I just need to sort these bizarre items into nasturtiums. Coneflowers. I know I need coneflowers, so I'm going to put that aside because I need more. Got dragons, aster, carrots. We're going to put this with the bizarre items. Catmint. Calendula, aster. Put these in real quick. We will start with bizarre items. Why not? flowering carrot, dandelion, and turtle heads. We're going to put the turtle heads in front because I really want to plant them this year. It was too late last year when I got them. I got nasturtium seeds. These are actually older, but I want to buy more of the peach, Melba. I'm going to put it aside to remind myself to buy nasturtiums and coneflowers. And since I am going to buy some more, I'm going to keep an open page. Snapdragon, petunias, aster. This might be a little rough to get in there. It's a lot. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You're gonna have to deal. Just deal. Just deal with that. Just deal with that. You can't deal with that. Okay, we're gonna keep you out. Breaking stuff. I'm gonna rip this guy out. Next up is calendula and catnip. So let's go right on my list the items I need. This list is growing. Here's the before, and here's the after. Herbs and cold hardy on top. Flowers and tender plants on the bottom. It's looking really nice. And I know exactly where everything is now, so that's just incredible. I hope this information was useful. It was fun hanging out with everybody. Let me know if you want more long format videos like this. Until next time.